Hello, hello. My name is Bernard Martin of WAMM Marketing. We specialize in marketing for moving companies, and today we're gonna dial in into how can we get over 20 plus leads generated via Google Ads. And yeah, let's dive in, y'all. Don't forget to like and share, comment, subscribe, do all of those good things. And yeah, let's get to it. Let's not waste no time. Make sure you wait to the end. I'm gonna show you guys some insightful tactical things that you can really dive into. All right, so generate 20 plus leads weekly. All right, so every moving company wants to get more jobs. Of course, that's the way of life, right? More jobs, more money, more revenue, it's more life. So it is as easy it's easier than you think, you know and maybe it's tougher done than said, because coming from a marketer, generating leads is what we do all day every day, but coming from a business owner standpoint that is wearing many hats, this could be a bottleneck, you know but no worries, we're going to dive into that. So, introduction to keyword targeting strategies. So, the key here, guys, when it comes to generating leads, I mean, going from 0 to 20, or 20 to 40, 40 to 60, there is a systematic process that has to happen, right? You have go slow but go long, and then you have go fast and go hard. So we're going to focus on the go fast and go hard strategy, which is ads. Whenever you're utilizing the ad strategy, you can go from 0 to 100 leads within a snap of a finger. Now, of course, there is a system that has to be applied the right way, because anyone can put dollars into an advertising system, but you have to make sure you know how to use that advertising system. You can easily blow your budget. You have business A spends $1,000 on ads, and they may get a couple leads and be paying hundreds of dollars per lead because of the target settings are set up improperly. Versus you have company B, they're spending about $40 to $50 per lead out of that $1,000. Who's getting the more bang for their buck? Of course, company B. So, starting with keyword targeting. So, understand keyword targeting. So, whenever you're dealing with Google Ads, because there's a lot of different type of PPC campaigns. PPC standing for pay per click. So, Google Ads is search intent. So that means someone can go on Google and they can type in moving companies near me, movers near me, right? You want to make sure that you're utilizing the keywords that have high search intent. But also, that's the rookie game, because, of course, you want to utilize all the keywords that have high search intent, but also you want to play the expert game and you want to dial into keywords that have good search intent, but low cost per click and low competition, right? But just to get the game going, you definitely want to make sure you're utilizing the keywords. All right. So that's like the ultimate foundation of every advertising strategy. When it comes to search intent platforms like Google, then also you have Yahoo, you have Bing, right? Key strategies for effective keyword targeting. So research high intent keywords. So there are certain tools that you can use, and that's one of the things we're going to get into here in a few. I want to actually show you guys a tool that you can utilize that can help you in this process. And it's called the Keyword Planner inside of the Google Ads interface. Number two, use location-based targeting. So this is very, very key. So when it comes to moving companies, majority of the time, 98, 99% of the time, you're dealing with a local market. Even if you have multiple locations, or you have locations in different states, different cities, even if you do long, out of state moves, local moves, you still want to be able to utilize this strategy. So let's just say I am in Orlando, Florida. I want to utilize keywords that are based around Orlando as well, right? Orlando moving companies, Orlando movers near me, things of that nature. So that's going to allow you to pinpoint a different type of demographic because you're going to have a certain type of people that is typing in movers near me, but then you have, there's certain people that's tapping into a certain psychological side of, hey, I'm in Orlando. I want to make sure that my search only shows me Orlando moving companies. I don't want it to mistakenly show me someone that's out of my location area you know Implement negative keywords. This is a big one, guys. So when it comes to negative keywords, this is something that can easily save you hundreds if not thousands of dollars in ad spend, because whenever you're building a campaign inside of Google, most of the time, especially if you're new with this, you're going to utilize broad match keywords, right? If you got some, you got some information, you got some knowledge behind advertising, then you're going to take it to the next level. You're going to use phrase match, you're going to use exact match. But most of the time, people use broad match. But even if you use broad match or exact match or phrase match, you still want to have a negative keyword list. So negative keywords is basically something that, keywords that have nothing to do with your business, right? So someone can type in U-Haul services and your moving company can pop up and they click on it. But they was you looking to rent a U-Haul truck, right? Like that's some things that you want to stay away from. You can easily waste hundreds of dollars in U-Haul clicks, right? Someone could type in budget truck rental, or free movers. So these are things you can easily stay away from when you implement negative keywords. Comparing campaign structures for success. All right, so you have basic campaigns, which is more so, of course, for new advertisers, and then you have advanced segmentations. So it's great to be able to compare notes, of course, right? So I would say step one, it's either you're going to pay with time or pay with money. So if this is something that you're trying to do on your own, then I would definitely advise getting some type of mentorship, getting some type of coaching, some type of training around this, or just pay with money. That way you can focus on your business and just get someone to do it for yourself. But either or, you want to make sure that you're setting yourself up for a solid campaign. Even basic campaigns can win. Advanced segmentation. So this goes down into really diving into your audience, because whenever you're doing moving company marketing, it's not only keywords. Also, you can dial into interests. What interests do people that are moving share, right? They like to relocate, right? Like there's a lot of different things that apply to moving. Like you actually have people that like to relocate. Like a lot of people, not a lot. You have some people that really move a lot, you know? So moving is something that is, it happens a lot in a lot of people's lives. Then you have people that, are in the army, they're in the Air Force. So that requires relocation all the time. You have people that just have certain occupations that they have to move around. Some people like it, some people are forced, and then life forces you to move. But you can dial into certain interest groups to where not only are you marketing and optimizing for keywords, but also audiences as well. All right, so one of the biggest things, guys, is high converting landing pages. So I can't stress this enough. You can have the biggest marketing budget in the world. You can have the best ads, the best keywords. Well, all that's cool and dandy, but when they click on your ad and land on your website or your landing page or your funnel, and it's not set up properly, it's not professional, it's not eye grabbing, then you can easily waste every single dollar, right? One of the biggest things that you want to pay attention to in this case is conversion rate. So a conversion rate is a mathematical equation on how many impressions did you get, right? How many clicks to the website? I'm sorry, how many clicks to your actual ad did you get? And then from that, how many people actually became a lead from the ad to the website? How many? And it also depends on how you track these things. So in our case, we count a lead as someone that fills out a form on the website, and then B, someone that actually calls from the ad or calls from the actual website. But the call has to last, anywhere from 30 seconds to 60 seconds to count as a lead. The reason why it varies is because if you have a answering machine like one of those systems in place, then we don't count it into that system is included. So sometimes if the system is long, it depends, and it may be 60 seconds, 90 seconds before we count that as a lead. Versus if a human just picks up right away, then 30 seconds is normally enough time for, okay, someone calls, they're inquiring. If they're on the phone for at least 30 seconds, then you know we consider that a human. But those are some of the things that you definitely want to pay attention to. The next thing, effective call tracking. So that's just something that we kind of talked about uh, just a second ago. Um, so there's a lot of different ways that you can do call tracking. And guys, I just kind of flew past it. This website, this is one of the websites that we created. And to dive deeper in, I'm very proud of this site because uh, WAMM Marketing, like I said, we specialize in moving company marketing, but we're a company for movers by movers, meaning that we actually built this company from the ground up. So this is something that you'll probably hear me talk about a lot because we're not just a marketing agency. It's like, oh, hey, let's do marketing for movers. No, we started a moving company, so we understand the industry, we understand the lingo, the language of the moving industry. So we was able to build this company from the ground up to multi-location. So, you know, it's cool and it warms my heart when we're able to do it for others. All right, back to the presentation. Call tracking. So conversion tracking is so important. This is something that can easily trouble someone that is a business owner but not a technical person. And this is fine. I mean, hey, you can't wear every hat. That's why you have to have a team. But call tracking, it plays a role with conversion tracking. So having your conversion tracking on the back of your website, that way when someone actually clicks your phone number and dials that number, you're able to properly track it. You're able to get the data to where you can look into your dashboard and you can see the phone number that actually called from the ad, and you can match that up into your CRM system. Also, you'll be able to see when they called, how long the call was. Like it's a lot of things you'll be able to track on the back end for call tracking. And then to go to the advanced level, you have things like call rail. Call rail is when you can actually track to the highest level. So it's different levels of call tracking. The next thing, guys. So successful Google Ad campaign insights. So some of the metrics that we want to pay attention to, you got cost per lead, like we mentioned before, conversion rate, right? And then, of course, costs. And then the final number is leads. So cost per lead is, you know, out of, let's say you spend $1,000, how much did your leads cost? How many leads did you get for that $1,000? With the moving company industry average, it ranges. You can have a cost per lead from 30, $40 all the way up to, 60, $70, some cases 80 to $100. It just depends on the market, the competitive nature of your competitors, depends on the people, the population. It's a lot of different things that play a role, um, in how much your area is going to pay. And it's all market driven, you know. Uh, And also it depends on the keywords that you're choosing. There's a lot of keywords that are very, very costly, and there are some that aren't very costly. So it just depends on a lot of different things as far as cost per lead. Of course, the ultimate number, how many leads did you get? Now, there's deeper metrics that you want to pay attention to that's outside of this, like cost per acquisition. How much are you paying for someone to become an actual customer? Right? That's the ultimate number. So if you're paying, anywhere from $70 to $100 for someone to become a lead, but then you're paying up to, let's say, $150 to $200 for someone to become a customer, but your normal revenue per customer is about $1,000, then that means you're profiting about $800 per, right? So, having these things dialed in to a science is very, very important. And lastly, but not lastly, because I'm going to show you guys something. Like, subscribe, share, guys. WAMM Marketing. If you feel like this was valuable, like and share. If you feel like you will, potentially need, some assistance with your marketing for your moving company, click the link below, book a call with us. Let's dive into your business and see what we can help. Real quickly, guys, I wanted to kind of dial in and show you some things. So the keyword planner is something that I wanted to just kind of show you. Moving near me. I'm sorry, movers near me. This is the keyword planner section. All right. So basically, what this means is this is a platform where you can do keyword research. You can find the keywords that are going to be perfect and working for your business. And, you can dial in, right? So I got two keywords in the system just to kind of show you guys for an example. And I got Orlando in here as well. All right. So first one, you see where it says movers near me. Now, you notice here it says 1,000 to 10,000 monthly searches a month. That's a lot of value for this particular keyword. But the competition is medium. Ain't that interesting, right? So medium is not bad at all. So you definitely want to, pay attention to medium or low. Now, high is not a bad thing, but just know that, it's a lot of competition. Now, the most important thing you want to pay attention to is this section right here. So this says top of page low range, top of page bid low range, top of page bid high range. So what this means is if you're willing to bid $10.26 for this particular keyword, oh, then that means that your ad will show up at the bottom of the front page of Google. But if you're willing to bid $30.03 for this keyword, your ad will show up in the top of the page of Google. So this section is important, So yes, this keyword is pretty, pretty pricey, right? But then you have other keywords that aren't as pricey. And this is when you have to kind of do your research, right? So what are some of those keywords? So as you see, we're looking at some, let's say, piano movers. So I don't know if you guys do piano moving, but you can get keywords as low as $13.66 and be at that top slot. Also, we can rank it, right? So we can look at the keywords that are at the lowest. Now it's 1,600, options. So, we're not going to go through it in this video, but you guys definitely get an understanding of how this works and how it can really benefit you by starting here. Don't just choose keywords that, oh, I know people search this and search that. No, do your research, do keyword planning. All right. All right, guys. See you on the next one. Wham!